Good morning, students. Today, as I told you in my previous video, that next video I'll just teach you about the holozoic nutrition in higher animals. As I told you, holozoic nutrition is a nutrition in which organisms they are not capable to synthesize their food, but they are directly or indirectly depending on the other organisms for their food requirement. Either they are depending on the plants or other animals. So these organisms they are not capable and they are just taking food from the other sources, and on the basis of this type of source, what kind of food or feeding habits they are having, we have divided these holozoic organisms or the higher organisms into these three different groups. And these groups are these animals, because here the topic is nutrition in animals. As I told you, animals they are not capable to synthesize the food, that's why they are taking food directly or indirectly from the plants or other organisms, and that's why we are just studying here the holozoic mode of nutrition. So based on the type of food habits, we have divided these animals into three categories. Students, you must be knowing now, just listen carefully. We have divided these animals into three groups. One is herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. This is very common term. These are the very common terms, and you have just studied in your previous classes or when you are in just junior classes. So herbivores, carnivores and omnivores are three different categories of animals based on the type of feeding habit or type of food they are taking. So we will discuss this in detail, that herbivores, as you know, these are the animals which are directly eating the plants or the green plants or grass or whatever, simply you can say the green plants. So herbivores are the organisms or the animals, because we can say animals because here we are discussing about the nutrition in animals. So these are the animals which are directly taking the food by eating the plants. So these are the herbivores kind of mode of nutrition they are showing. Again, the second is the carnivores. Carnivores, in herbivores we can give the example, deer is there, rabbit is there, and this goat is there, buffalo, cow, number of animals are there which are eating these plants. So they are showing these herbivores mode of nutrition. Again, the carnivores are those animals which are eating meat. Carnivores are the animals which are eating meat, and we are having the carnivores. You can give the example: lion is there, tiger is there, leopard is there, dog is there. Dog with, so we can say this is omnivores. So carnivores those animals which are eating meat. We are having the third category, third group of animals which are omnivores. So omnivores are those animals which can eat both the things. They can eat plants, that means they are having herbivores, or they can be these carnivores. So they are eating both the things. They are eating plants as well as they are eating the flesh or the meat of the organisms. So based on these food habits, we are divided these animals into three groups, that is herbivores, carnivores, omnivores. Now we are just because as I told you, we have discussed in previous video about the autotrophic mode of nutrition, because here we are discussing about the holozoic mode of nutrition, and holozoic mode of nutrition is shown by the higher organisms only. So in holozoic mode of nutrition, because this is a complex process. So we are, as I told you earlier, that we are taking the complex food, and then this food is digested inside the body, and that is this food is converted into a simple form, that is sugar, and then this sugar is digested, or this is absorbed by the body and further utilized for the different processes of the life. So here we are just we are just studying about the different steps of this digestion in the higher animals. As I told you earlier also, or you know that there are 5 different steps which are taking place during the this digestion, or during the this eating habits of these animals, or simply you can say the nutrition of animals can be divided into 5 steps. These 5 steps are: first is the ingestion, then digestion, and then absorption, assimilation, and these digestion. Again, whenever the question coming for the following mode of nutrition in higher animals, then you will write the 5 steps are there in digestion of food in these animals, or this taking food of these animals, and these 5 steps are the ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. Now students, we will discuss these steps step by step. First is the ingestion. As the name indicates, ingestion, that means taking food inside the body. Ingestion is simply when we are taking the food inside the body, that is ingestion. So whatever the kind of food we are having, so first we are eating the food and just putting this food inside the mouth, chewing it, then just engulfing and then sending it in the stomach. That is the step to insert the food inside the mouth, that is known as the ingestion. Then after this chewing or after inserting the food inside the mouth, then this food is going inside the stomach for further process, that is digestion. Because number of enzymes are present inside the system of the body, and this enzymes, they are digesting the food, and they are digesting means simply breaking the complex food into the smaller form or the simple form, you can say, that is digestion. So after digestion, the food is absorbed, that means the simple form of the nutrient that is absorbed and then transported to the blood or the body for further utilization. So absorption is the simple absorbing the this nutrient from the food, that is important. This step is important, absorption. So nutrients, whatever the digested, whatever the simple form of the nutrient that is present, that is again absorbed by the body or taken by the body. Now it is time for assimilation. So this is very important term, assimilation. Assimilation means whatever the food is going inside the blood, or whatever the nutrition is going inside the body of the organism, then this food is utilized by the animals for their further activities. What are the activities? Life process I told you earlier. So we are having number of activities which are taking place inside the body. That is simply life processes. Reproduction is there, respiration is there, digestion, control and coordination, digestion, excretion, transportation. So number of processes, and as I told you, these processes or these things, they need energy. So by this way, assimilation, simply assimilation is the release of energy from the food by the process of oxidation. We have already discussed. Now after assimilation or after digestion, the waste material or the waste food which is not utilized by the body, or which is not digested or which is not absorbed by the body, that get stored or that is thrown out of the body. Simply the getting rid of the waste material from the body, that is known as the egestion. Again, please don't get confused. This is ingestion and this is egestion. So how many steps we are having? Totally for this nutrition in higher animals, we are having very important 5 steps which are important for digesting the food or for nutrition in the higher animals. These 5 steps are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. Okay? These are the 5 steps. So you should know the meaning of these. Most of the time students, they are getting confused in assimilation. So assimilation is nothing. When food is absorbed by the body, then it is going inside the bloodstream if the animals are higher, and then these nutrients, they are utilized by the process of oxidation to release energy, or energy utilized by the animals for their processes. That is assimilation. And always, as egestion of the waste material, it is important to get rid of this waste material from the body time to time. Otherwise, because number of germs or number of bacteria are there inside this food which we are taking, and they are just, what they are doing, they are emulsifying, and they are just multiplying there and causing infections or number of other problems inside the body. That's important to get rid of this food or the waste material from the body by the process of egestion. Now we are, as I told you, we are now going to study about the this nutrition habit or nutrition in higher animals. First of all, we will discuss nutrition in amoeba. As I told you, this is again very important questions, and this question is of 5 marks class. because nutrition in amoeba, this is the simple. As you know what is amoeba. Amoeba is a singular protozoa. It's a protozoa, and this is a single cell eukaryote. So we are studying this nutrition in amoeba because this is eukaryotic cell. That means it resembles with the cell of the hierarchical. So eukaryotes. Eukaryotic cell. What is eukaryotic cell? Eukaryotic cells are the cell. Though they are single cell, they are eukaryotes. Eukaryotes means those organisms which are having cell membrane bound organelles or organelles inside the body. So that's why they are known as the eukaryotes. Again, amoeba is showing these 5 steps in its nutrition. So simply nutrition in amoeba, again you will write or you will understand that nutrition in amoeba is taking place further with the help of these 5 steps. So what are these 5 steps, class? Students, ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. Okay. So again, as I just drawn the diagram here and I written here, this is the ingestion, this is the digestion, this is absorption, assimilation and egestion. So whenever the question is coming, you have to draw these diagrams and you will write accordingly. As I told you, this is a eukaryotic cell and this is having this membrane bounded, this plasma membrane is there, which is just giving an outer structure to the this eukaryotic cell, and inside it is having nucleus and some other vacuoles, relatively small vacuoles are present, and the body is filled with a liquid or the fluid that is known as the protoplasm. So this amoeba is not having any particular shape. It's not having any particular shape. So whenever it's pushing its protoplasm towards any direction, it is moving on only in that direction only. So with the help of the movement of the protoplasm, it is forcing its body to that particular direction. Simply it's not having any particular shape structure. So we can make any shape and structure of this amoeba. But the important thing is that you should understand the different step of nutrition in amoeba. So again you will write these 5 steps. Now first step is that in an ingestion, what is there, as I told you, amoeba is not having any particular shape and structure. So whenever it come in contact with the food particle, then it will start moving towards that food particles by making false this outgrowth or the false finger like projections. So whenever it come in contact with the food, then it start moving toward that by making these false fingers, and these are known as the pseudopodia. Pseudo means false, podia means legs or the feet. So it is making false feet and start moving towards that food particle, and that's how the ingestion. So whenever it is reaching to that food particle, then it is merging these pseudopores together and taking the food inside the body in the form of food vacuole. Because now the food particle that is surrounded by a membrane, and that it is taken inside the body. That's why the second step is the digestion. So when food is going inside the body, what is happening? So their digestion is the second step. So this is the ingestion, that is taking the food particle inside, then food particle is surrounded by a membrane, then that is taken inside the body in the form of the food vacuole. Now the second step is the digestion. So because this is a very simple form of this organism or the animals, you can say. अगेन दोबारा से बनाना पड़ेगा.